Courts, we know that it's common practice for your spouse to cheat on you with someone at work. It happens every single day.
Why would you put that in my head?
Where's your husband right now?
Probably with hot breath. Thank you very much.
But this is the story of how two very famous co-workers did the dirty and became the gossip magazine focus for the next decade. We're going to go back in time to June 2005 for the release of the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This is Y2 Heyday. I'm Wilko, that's Courts. We love everything pop culture, things in the zeitgeist, and once a week we turn back the clock. We go back in time to a certain moment in history. It's generally happened on this week, this time, and this time we're going back to 2005, like I said, for the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's not really about the movie. It's about what this movie did.
It was never about the movie.
For pop culture. Although, at the end of this, I will get to some people's thoughts about the movie specifically, which I am obsessed with. Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. They are the two leads. One of them is Mr., the other one is Mrs. Smith. They're a married couple. Both of them are spies. Each of them surprisingly don't know that the other one is a spy. They're just in this really unhappy relationship. And in real life, apparently, Brad was also unhappy in his relationship. So we'll get to that in a second. About the movie, though, $110 million production budget, which in this day and age is actually not that much.
No, but like if you converted $110 million in 2005 to 2026, whoo, that's a lot of money.
It grossed, though, $487 million worldwide. That's in USD. Again, if you converted it, that's a lot of money.
The scandal happened before the movie came out, right? Like it was a scandalo before the movie actually came out.
Yes.
So do you think that played a role?
Yes, it absolutely
making so much money.
Absolutely played a role. I'll get to some movie facts in a second, but let's talk about just like the timeline of everything. In 1998, Brad and Jennifer Aniston from Friends played Rachel. If you don't know, they began dating. They were set up on a blind date by their respective agents. Isn't that just true love when your agents go, I know someone that you could be with? In 2000, July, they got married in Malibu. They had a $1 million ceremony, and they were the golden couple in Hollywood for many, many a year. Now, at the same time, let's talk about on the Angelina side. She was with Billy Bob Thornton.
Was that the blood in the vial relationship?
I think it was. Wackadoos in the comments, let me know. There was a lot of weird rumors about her and her brother, right? Was that a thing?
Well,
at the same
I don't
time?
think that there was. They kissed on the mouth. They kissed on the mouth
as you do with your
at
sibling.
something like a red carpet event or something.
And everyone made
Angelina
up some
Jolie
crazy.
and her then husband Billy Bob Thornton famously wore small lockets containing drops of each other's blood around their
Good
necks
stuff.
during their marriage between 2000 and 2003.
And didn't we see the same thing with Megan Fox and MGK?
Yeah,
Great.
they did that too.
Everything comes back into fashion, guys. Those big belts and dresses and blood around the neck in a vial. So in 2002, Angelina divorces Billy Bob Thornton, and that's where we'll get there, right? Because the separation, just to answer your question, the separation for Brad and Jen was announced in January of 2005, and we know that this movie came out in June. So it was a perfect storm of everyone going, well, I need to see the movie where these two people fell in love. Speaking of the movie, Brad Pitt was named early in the movie, like he was like one of those people cast, and he was one of the original names in it. And then he left for a time, but Angelina Jolie wasn't the first one named in the movie. She wasn't going to play Mrs. Smith.
Who
it
was
was
gonna
Nicole
play?
Kidman. She was originally, things could have been very different. Nicole Kidman was originally cast as Jane Smith.
Wow.
She dropped out due to a scheduling conflict with the movie that it's fucking horrendous called The Stepford Wives. And Brad Pitt was then...
Oh, no, I liked that movie.
Oh, terrible. It's a terrible movie. Brad Pitt then left the project to go and shoot a phenomenal movie called Troy. And then they were looking at other people to replace Brad. So they looked at Will Smith and Johnny Depp. And Johnny Depp.
Wow.
They were both approached after Pitt left. And, oh no. Oh, God. I thought my computer froze, guys. I thought, oh no, all my information's gone.
No.
So they pursued Will Smith and Johnny Depp as replacements. Great news for everybody. And this whole time is that Pitt ultimately rejoined after Angelina Jolie signed on in 2003. He said he was attracted by her involvement.
Oh.
That's wording, isn't it? That's some real wording.
That is wording. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Had she done Tomb Raider by this point?
Oh, God, you're going to have to look that up. I don't know. Her movie, that's too much.
No, I reckon Tomb Raider came later. Tomb Raider probably came later, yeah. I was just thinking, like, if he saw her be, like, sexy in Tomb Raider and being, like,
but she's
so...
she's Angelina Jolie. Isn't she kind of sexy and everything? Like, you can't just
Well, yeah, but
off.
that role was, like, physical... like a action.
Right. And you were like...
Mr. and Mrs. Smith was also an action. Oh, 2001.
Yeah,
so
okay,
it was.
so it just came out.
It was before.
Yeah, so a couple of years earlier. Cate Blanchett and Catherine Zeta-Jones, also Gwyneth Paltrow, were considered to play the roles. They were all in the running for Jane
funny.
Smith.
I can't see any of them doing it.
They could have been... It could have been very, very different. Also, I forgot that Gwyneth Paltrow being named in this, she was with Brad Pitt, right?
Yes.
Weren't they were engaged?
In the 90s.
Which is crazy that they were engaged.
94 to 97.
Okay, so just before he met Jen.
Yeah. They got engaged in 96 and then they finished it. Yeah.
They wrapped it up. Okay, so they're just some fun facts. But your question, I really do want to answer. Yes, the whole thing created a supercharged box office. So by the time it was released in June, early June, Brad and Jen had already announced their separation months earlier. There was a tabloid frenzy around Team Aniston versus Team Jolie. It drove enormous
shirts.
Yeah. Enormous, I guess the word is curiosity. And then because of all of this, it had incredible money made at the box office for a movie that's just like mid. It's like a mid-action movie it's like comedy action. Vince Vaughn is in it. I think a lot of people forget. Vince Vaughn is in the movie. He plays his best friend who's also like his co-worker in it, works with him as a spy murderer thing. Adam Brody is in it as well from...
What? Is he like a teenager?
No, well, he's young. I think he might be in his 20s at this time. And I don't know if this is during... I think this might be just after...
This would be after the OC.
Yeah,
This would be during, because OC was like 2003 to 2007.
So maybe Brody was trying to sort of break in. Also, Kerry Washington's in it as Angelina Jolie's, again, sort of side best friend. So there's some big names in this movie alongside two very big names playing the leads. So the movie itself, if you don't know the concept, should we get Brad and Angelina to explain the concept to us?
Oh, should we ever?
Because then there's an interview that I want to play. There's not that much online of these two because I thought there'd be heaps of like flirting in the press tour, but...
You think the story's going to have a happy ending?
Happy endings are just stories that haven't finished yet.
See, I play Jane Smith. It's hard to explain because she's leading a secret life. So I am a suburban housewife who's in marriage counseling therapy.
Yeah, what a housewife she is.
Who is really an assassin.
Here's the broad outline. They want to kill each other. Okay. And in that focus on each other, they find their spark again. What they would do is they realize they've been living a lie for the last 5 years, and now it's time to really get to know each other.
Your ain't as bad as your cooking, sweetheart.
His hair looks so good like that in the movie.
There's always a lot of training and a lot of choreographing and we did a lot of gun training together and fight training. But at the end of the day, I'm just very competitive.
One, they're set up like a dance too, so it was like a series of different dances in this film. That was some of the best comedy of all.
Wow.
It's a very sexy dance.
It's a hybrid tango. Tango slash frisk slash wrestling match.
Oh my God. We're seeing it happen in real time.
With this great backdrop of action and comedy, and so it would be fun to do, but had a nice message, something to learn about.
Had a nice message. Had a really nice message at the end of it. So, oh God, where do I even start? There's so much to talk about in regards to what has actually happened and what has been spoken about since. So this is what has been confirmed, and I mean confirmed by them. These are not just like sources of sources. There's a couple of little fun little rumors that I'll give you, but everything that I'm going to say here has been confirmed by either Brad Pitt or Jolie herself. So,
okay.
In 2006, there was a Vogue interview where they talk about, Angelina talks about how the feelings developed. She said, I think we found this strange friendship and partnership that kind of just suddenly happened. I think a few months in, I realized, God, I can't wait to get to work. She also said it took until really the end of the shoot for us to think that she realized that it might mean something more than what we'd earlier allowed ourselves to believe. So these comments start really people getting mad because this was in 2006 in a Vogue magazine interview. So it's very fresh still. It's still all over the media, and this is the whole era of sad Jennifer Aniston magazine covers. I mean...
Oh, they loved them. They loved them.
She was the heartbreak girl. She was always the heartbreak girl. She still is the one who, oh, God, she's so unlucky in love. Will she ever really make it work with anybody?
And then throw in all the like bullshit about babies. And then remember a few years ago, she had to come out and be like, I wanted them. I couldn't have them. Like, fuck you all.
This is the thing that really got people. Fuck. This was in 2008. So just when things maybe... They wouldn't have calmed down, but there still would have been magazine cover after magazine cover of, you know, Team Jolie versus Team Aniston. But when he was asked his favorite film, what his favorite film was by Rolling Stone, Brad Pitt said Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and his reasoning was... Firstly, let's just think about your back catalogue, Brad. This is your favourite movie. But anyway, he said the reason was because, 6 kids, because I fell in love. Oh, God.
Oh, it's just a bit off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you left your wife for this woman. As much as I understand people need to be happy and like maybe their marriage wasn't working out, maybe it would have ended anyway.
Yes.
I get it. But like you don't need to rub that in to Jennifer Aniston and essentially say, I got to fall in love on this film set.
While I was married.
That's just a bit dicky. While I was married. It's just a bit dicky.
It's just weird. Then, it doesn't get any better. In the New York Times, also in 2008, Jolie said, not a lot of people get to see a movie where their parents fall in love, referencing the kids will now get to watch this. Which is this is such an interesting thing now, considering where their relationship has ended them as a partnership and also him as a father with his kids. And we see so much stuff how the kids like don't even use his name anymore. Obviously, this quote, both of those quotes caused a huge media storm because they implied that the falling in love happened while Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston. Now, she was not, Angelina Jolie was not with Billy Bob Thornton at the time. They were going through a separation, then a divorce. Both of them, though, have publicly denied physically cheating during production. Listen to that wording, physically cheating. At the time of filming and years after, both Pitt and Jolie maintained that their relationship did not become physical until his divorce from Aniston was finalized. Finalized? Sure, they might have been separated, but I don't know.
Finalized feels like a lie.
Yeah. But the only thing they've admitted is that they fell in love on set. So that's the only thing that they have sort of said, which is actually crazy to think of how many movies they've made in that time and how many bits of press they would have done. And they really didn't talk about it that much. They didn't really, like, all the stuff that I could find, and maybe they did talk more and it's just not on the internet now, but it is really interesting. Jolie said to Vanity Fair, this is one of the reasons why they fell in love. You had to trust each other to cross under or over and only move when the other person moves. It made us trust each other really quickly during the movie.
That feels a bit wishy-washy. Like, that just feels a bit woo-woo or something.
Well, we're doing the
it?
gun training and you got to really trust each other when you're doing these
up
scenes.
And down and this and that.
Yeah. Okay, so this is also verified. No, this is a rumor. Jolie had phone sex with Pitt during filming. Now, a lot of people have gotten to this conclusion because they said there was no physical cheating. So,
okay. So they were doing the do on themselves, talking through it on the phone.
Jolie has really denied this. She did it in the 2005 Vanity Fair interview, calling it false. Also, another rumor, Jolie said that she was a shoulder to cry on for Brad Pitt about his marriage. In the same interview, she also says that is not true.
Okay.
So a lot of people are saying that they were both in unhappy, like one had just gotten out of a relationship that was not good, blood in a vial around the neck. And because that's normal, guys. That is so normal.
Normal stuff.
And one of them was in a relationship that was obviously not going well. So they both found each other during this time. And maybe, look, because I don't think, has Jennifer Aniston ever spoken about it? Like, she's referenced it, but she's never sat down and really spoken about it.
No, I don't think there's been a real deep dive but I'm sure there's been an Oprah episode where she got pretty candid. But
right.
Again, it's always a roundabout way of saying things.
Not like
it's
direct.
Never directly saying Brad's name or Angelina's name. And then remember a few years ago they were photoed together at an event?
Oh, yeah.
Brad and Jennifer.
Didn't she invite him to his birthday? I feel like she invited him to his birthday or something, and everyone was like, what? They're going to get back together. What? I don't think Jennifer, that's not going to happen. That's insanity.
No.
Also, there's just a lot of stuff about Brad Pitt that I question now because of how much smoke there is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much is media or how much is actually truth, but, and there's just like the whole, just like all situations, people are so divided on many things. Because when we did a chat about the Brad Pitt episode, there are a lot of people who are like, we must always believe children. And I'm like, yeah, but also children can be coerced by the other parent. So I don't know exactly what's true, but the stuff that happened on the plane seemed really sus that was investigated by authorities.
Yeah.
And for the kids to be so against him and like all of them seemingly to be so against him, it does seem very weird. I also forgot that Maddox, she'd already adopted Maddox before she was with Brad. So
yes.
The whole thing, what a moment in time that seemed to go on for at least a decade. Like, it was at least a decade. It
felt so long. And I remember being at school and we would all sit around, us girls, we would all sit around and talk about whose team we were on, which is what a crazy
team
thought.
Were you on,
we would
out
sit
of curiosity?
I was on Team Aniston.
Right.
I mean,
because you loved Friends.
Could not believe. Well, I loved Friends and I also hate cheating.
Yeah.
But like, I had girlfriends who loved the bad boy. Always I always liked a nerdy, nice boy.
Yes.
Right? And my girlfriends, so many of them would just go for these guys who were the bad boy and then be surprised when they treated them bad. And in this instance, Brad was like the bad boy and Angelina was so hot and so sexy and, had this dark brown hair and stuff. And they just were Team Jolie.
When you meet under some, like, I know a lot of people in the media, it happens so often. People get into relationships, they cheat on their partners.
Yeah.
And, marriages fall down because there's a lot of like extracurricular work that you do in weird hours and stuff like that. So there's a lot of relationships that I've seen fall apart, and then the people that were cheating, they get together. It just never really ends well for the people who were cheating on their spouses or their partners, and then they get into a relationship.
Yeah.
Those relationships just don't last all that often.
I think there is something to be said about the whole once a cheater, always a cheater. I know it's like very old school, but at the same time, I see it unravel some relationships around me, and I go, well, I don't know. It's hard to know. Yeah, but I'd like to believe the best.
Of course, believe the best in
It
people.
is interesting. I've just put this together, and it's like decades too late. But that was such a sexist narrative that they put out there, the tabloids, with the whole Team
the women
Aniston
versus the women
and
had
Team
nothing to do with
Jolie.
Brad.
I know, like, how bullshit. Like, we all should have just been annoyed at Brad. Like, we all should have just been mad at Brad because he did the wrong thing.
Jolie wasn't in a relationship. So
no.
I understand that it's not like if she'd known that maybe they weren't together at the time. You know what I mean? Like maybe Aniston and Brad, they were separated and they weren't in a good spot.
He would have said that they were. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but ultimately, he was the guy in a relationship. So it should have fallen on him, but it was all like, who's going to win, Brad? Which team are you on to like win with the man? Is it Jolie or Aniston? Yeah, it's disgusting.
So gross.
It's so
like,
of the
how
time.
Gross. Do you think we'd do that? Would we do that now? I would like to think we wouldn't do that now, but
like that would
I
happen
don't know
to
how
a
much I
degree.
trust humanity.
No, that would still happen to a degree. So that's a whole thing. But I did want to end on the movie because this is about the movie, guys. Even though I said at the start of this, it's not about the movie. It's about the movie. When I was looking at Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I thought I just want to see what people thought of this movie. Obviously, a lot of people went to see it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people liked it. It was in the zeitgeist. There was a lot of people who go, well, I want to see if they were cheating, and I'll be able to tell from the movie. When I watch the movie, I'll be able to tell if they're cheating.
Sure.
But then I saw this post from, it says 2 years ago here on Reddit. So quite a while after the movie came out. It said, the question is, what's wrong? It's in the subreddit movies. What's wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Smith? That's the question. What's wrong with it? And I thought,
that's the whole question?
Yeah. No, they've got more details, but that's the heading. It said, I saw Mr. and Mrs. Smith when it came out in 2005, and I didn't like it much because of all the bickering. And I think the bickering is referencing everything that was happening.
The off-screen stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it recently, and I thought it was a great movie. I wouldn't change a thing about it. Brad Pitt is good-looking, charming, and bored with the marriage. Angelina Jolie is a good-looking ice princess, bored with the perfect wife routine. They are great together. Then you throw in Vince Vaughn to liven it up. That's the end of that sentence. I didn't like it the first time I watched it, and it only has a 6.5 on IMDb. True Lies is a similar movie. That's the one with Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger from memory.
Looking hot as hell.
That whole dance that she does for him, perfect. True Lies is a similar movie, and it has a 7.3 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes has the same disparity. What's wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Smith? That it's not rated higher. This person seems outraged that Mr. and Mrs. Smith only gets a 6.5 on IMDb. And here are just a couple of my favorite replies. Someone says, I think when it comes to a movie that you don't take seriously, then it's a good movie. Firstly, who's taking this fucking movie seriously? What do you mean? It's not making social comment on anything. It's an action comedy that is not plausible whatsoever. Anyway, but if you want to criticize how everything about the movie is implausible, then you won't enjoy it. Well, yeah, because nothing in this movie is plausible. It's fun to watch, but yeah, there's no way that each side could hide 24 guns in the house and never end up hiding one in the same spot as the other, which would then expose the other one to hiding the guns. Why are you guys thinking about it this deeply? This is a studio movie action comedy. And if you think that's going too deep, fucking strap in, Courts. Another comment. It's a fun little romp, but if you start asking questions like, what's the deal with the murder companies? How do they exist? Why do they want them both to die? Because of the competition. Who gives a shit? Least of all, contract killer corporations. When you question that, it starts falling apart real quick.
Yeah, it's what I know we've asked this before. Are people okay?
People are not okay. You're not looking at this movie as if it's God, what's a movie that's like really strapped into reality? Like something that's like really real. Can't even think of one off the top of my head. Which is crazy.
I know, I'm struggling as well.
Because I watch so many movies.
I'm struggling as well.
Fuck. Okay, think of a movie I watched recently.
Do you want me to do a quick Google?
Movies based on reality. Do that. Just do movies based on reality.
Like The Garden State or something?
Oh, yeah.
It's giving me bloody, documentaries.
No, I don't want documentaries. I don't want stuff. This movie isn't
but if you
grounded.
think about The Garden State, right?
Yeah.
Which came around around the same time, and it kind of depicted this guy who's depressed,
Yeah.
and then this girl's equally depressed, and then they sort of find each other, and you see the realities of the complexities of being a human being and dealing with grief, and that's something you walk away from, and you're like, oh, I could watch that again and find something else that I relate to or figure out about myself or whatever.
Yeah, this movie isn't about relating to things. This movie was about this, what a crazy situation this will be. This is how they've pitched the movie. They've gone, guys, crazy situation. Two, husband and wife, they got together. They're both spies and they don't know each other's a spy. Fucking, how about it?
Yeah.
That is the premise of the movie. And sure, you might be able to connect with things on they're very unhappy in their marriage and all they have to do is really be honest about who they are and maybe they'll be able to find love again. Maybe if you really want to dig down on it. But ultimately, it's just two hot people who are mad at each other. And at the end of it, they're like, oh my God, we just had to be honest with each other and we actually really want to bang each other and also shoot other people in the head. God, we've got the same hobby now.
Also, if it was even slightly realistic, I don't think spies are that hot. Not that I know any spies, but
you probably don't. You probably do, and you don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, I could. Yeah, I could.
You'd easily know spies, absolutely, in your life.
That's a great question. Are spies hot in real life?
Fuck, we should dig down on that. We'll never know the answer.
Because they're probably quite nerdy. They might be a bit buff, but I feel like they have to be
spies
a bit nerdy.
are everybody. Because remember that job that went up for ASIO, which is the Australian sexy
Security
department.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Australian
Security Intelligence. Something.
Society.
Yeah. No, there's no.
There's
no.
there's no
Australian
S at the end.
Security Intelligence.
Or Australian Security Intelligence
Organisation. We did it, guys. So that's our. Is it MI5?
That's our sexy security.
Because
I think MI5.
Yeah, because MI6 is the ones that go. They go overseas and they're like the agents that sort of go overseas. So ASIO, I think they're meant to be the ones that stay in Australia. I don't know. Anyway, we don't know anything about spies, but I love shows about spies. But
you're not going to learn anything from Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They weren't trying to freaking teach you anything about being a spy. No. Stop thinking so deeply about this movie.
Yeah.
The reason that it would be rated not that well on IMDb is because people on IMDb are voting based on their personal preference on how they felt at the time of Jolie versus Aniston. IMDb is rife for that.
Oh, of course it is.
Have you ever gone on a kids movie IMDb page? The ratings are 5 out of 10. It's a kids movie. The kids who watch it and love it are not coming and putting their votes in.
Yeah.
It's the grown-ups. Trolls has a 6 or something, and I'm that's because people don't like Justin Timberlake for sure. Because why?
Or Anna Kendrick.
My kids love Trolls. Or Anna Kendrick. Like there's someone in it that they don't like
Yeah.
and they go, I'm mad. I don't like that. I'm going to give it a 1. They've probably never even seen it.
Yes.
And they just hate someone that's in it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the kids bloody love Trolls.
Of course they did, because it was annoying. It's an annoying movie. But again, Trolls isn't for
The
me.
more annoying, the better.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's got flashy things and really annoying covers of songs. And God,
Ticks all the boxes for a 7-year-old.
That fucking Justin Timberlake song. We can all agree that
Can't Stop the Feeling. Do you want to know something about my life? About my life with children? Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake is the school bell.
Wait, so they don't have an actual bell or we used to have a do-do-do. Like I think in our school it was like
Yeah, they don't have one of those.
And it would keep going do-do-do to let you know that you had to go to school. That was after they got rid of the bell because apparently bells made kids psycho. Wasn't there some sort of they had bells made kids sort of psycho, so they decided to go with do-do-do. You are saying to me now that in schools they play Can't Stop the Feeling to get kids to go to class?
Well, in my kids' school, you go in, you rock up at 3:00, you're walking through the hallway and you hear, Can't Stop the Feeling! And it's just like, I'm going to pull them out of this school. But then it's like, well, is there another school that has an equally annoying song?
Well,
as
they
the bell?
would.
I don't know.
They absolutely would. I heard this theory once that songs aren't annoying. It's the amount of time a song is played is annoying. And I disagree with that. Because some songs
I disagree as well.
are annoying from first play. And that song by Justin Timberlake is annoying. And I know I'm biased because I'm saying that as someone who worked in commercial radio and we played that once an hour for the entirety of that song being out. And I still think on commercial radio in Australia, I still think it gets played every 3 hours at least. So
yeah. And Happy by Pharrell Williams.
I
could literally go the rest of my life without ever hearing that again and die so happy.
Again, both of those songs are made for kids' movies. So there is a theme here.
Yes.
There is a theme here. So I'm just saying that. Guys, that's it. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That's it. Y2 Heyday. Y2 Heyday. Another absolute banger.
Absolute banger of a subject. If there is something that you think that we need to add, you can join us on Discord, by the way. There's a Wackadoo Discord. It's a community. You can get together. It is completely free. There is a link in the description below. You can chat with us. You can send us links. We can talk about the episodes. We can even get deeper on this if you want to go, hey, I've got some feelings about Brad Pitt. Fucking go for it. The Discord is a place to do that, or you can comment below. And also, we need your suggestions on things that need to be covered in Y2 Heyday. Courts has a list.
Yes.
And the list grows and grows and grows.
Next week's
What is that?
is amazing. It is a movie that changed us for a good year there and then just disappeared.
A movie that changed us as a people. It made us feel differently.
Yeah, we lent into our uncoolness.
Okay.
And we were also obsessed with llamas after this movie and the name
I know what
Pedro.
it is. Right. Yep. I know what it is. It's a movie I haven't seen. So, do I need to watch it? Do I need to watch it?
I would appreciate if you did, but it's okay if you don't.
No, I can do it. I can do that. I have nothing else to do. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.